so much to talk about, so let's get into it. Remember how we talked about the last episode being one of the best so far? Well, this one was the best so far. No questions asked. And it might be the best from the first core of Bleach. The animation was great. The fluidity of motion, it all looked so good. I'm a very judgmental person when it comes to CG stuff in anime. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the CGI stuff in this episode. The episode starts off with an anime original scene of Uryu looking through Soken's book. And kind of weird that the pages was stuck together. Either someone tried to hide the contents of those pages by gluing them together, or they did something sus. But yeah, the episodes basically contain the history of the Quincy extermination plan from 1,000 years ago. Yamamoto going in to save Kenpachi was a nice moment that shows how Yama cares about the people of the Gote. And man's fast, bro. The random flashes of the past were also great. Young Yama, or I guess saying younger Yama, because he ain't really that young even when in his younger state, but younger Yama do look kind of nice. I love how Yamamoto was playing around with Yuha throughout the whole episode, which was also the cause of his downfall. Yamamoto has changed throughout the years and gone softer compared to the past when he was known as this demon. Him saying Kenpachi at the start also goes to show this. But at the same time, Yamamoto was very much in his ego. He thought he could beat Yuha easily without any issues and messed around with him quite a bit. And he paid really for all of it and taking the Quincy Revolution lightly. He took Yuha, a guy who doesn't give two fucks about his soldiers, as a guy who cares and thought that maybe he had some humanity. And also thinking that they couldn't steal his Bankai, when in reality it was just Royd pretending to be Yuha. I love the change of the complete firefield surrounding to it just being hella sunny when Yamamoto is about to activate his Bankai. Also, Unohana and Isane peak. I do like how they changed colours of the Bankai to show that it's different from when they were used by the captains or the Soul Reapers. For example, Sasuke's Bankai had a yellow colour originally, but when used by Driscoll, it has a purple colour. And similarly, Hyorimaru, when used by Toshiro, had this clear light blue watery colour, but when used by Kangdu, it has a lot darker colour. And then comes Yamamoto's Bankai, Zanka no Tachi. Or I guess one for the Bankai. Zanka no Tachi is Gyokujitsujin, to be exact, which has an insane amount of destructive power. Now, Zanka no Tachi as a whole has an insane amount of destructive power, but East in particular is all about destruction. Next came Zanka no Tachi West, Zanjitsu Gokui. With a heat of 15 million degrees, Yama is covered in flames, which also act kind of like a defensive arm, and the flames covering him look kind of good. Now here's something I find very interesting, and that is that this Bankai is so dangerous that it could kill Yama himself if you use it for too long. There's only two other Bankais that can kill the users that I can think of, them being, spoilers, skip a few seconds ahead if you want to avoid, Rukia and Kyoraku's Bankai. But yeah, we'll talk about them when they get real. There's a long time till that. I love how, of all things, Uryu is thinking about Ichigo. Great friendship, lads. Like, he's worried about his mate, real friends. And as we've seen, Ichigo cares about Uryu just as much. I love the subtle detail of Sasuke standing atop of all the Quincy soldiers' bodies. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still to this point in awe of how good the Quincy Reishi and attacks look. Like the constant flowing energy, you know, it looks good. I'm gonna try really hard to pronounce the next thing right, so bear with me. Then comes Zanka no Tachi South, Gakajuman Oshi Daisojin. I think I did it alright. Basically, an undead army of skeletons of people Yama has killed in the past. It starts with physical attacks with East, then a more defensive form with West, and now a psychological attack on the enemy with this one being South. So, sometimes wonder how Kubo's brain just thinks of these things. And can I say, the sound design of all the bone crackles are great and kind of satisfying, not gonna lie. Whether that be Yama at the start by clicking his neck or the skellies. Some skeletons are CG while some are 2D, and it works out pretty well, to be honest. I love how Yama is constantly mocking Yuha. He definitely deserves it, but yeah. I wonder why I'll call it a psychological attack. It's because although to us and everyone else, we see skeletons, but Yuha sees his subordinates. Yama was really playing around with Yuha. He seemed to be having fun with it as well. But at the same time, he was getting his anger out for killing the Soul Reapers, especially Sasakibe. Then came the final act of his Bankai. Zanka no Tachi North. Denchi Kaijin. One hit and it did a big number on Yuha. I like how they did Yama's sword turning back to normal, and again, I like the sound designs here. Yama does seem to be quite tired from using his Bankai, and it goes to show how much that Bankai takes a toll on him and stuff. Then all of a sudden Yuha starts apologizing, and then comes the big psych. It wasn't even Yuha. This whole time it was only Royd. And Okikiba is dead. Sad, for real, for real. Then we get to see Aizen. Come on, big hype. Let's go. Aizen has this great vibe, man. I love the way he talks to Yuha. Even Yuha couldn't do anything about this man. A lot of people are thinking Yamamoto's death was censored, and personally I don't think that's the case. We see before the episode ends in this panel, well, the part of Yama's death comes in the next chapter. The part we see before the episode ends is this panel, where the part of Yama's death comes in the next chapter, which will be part of the next episode. So I'm assuming it will be in the next episode. That I'm gonna censor it, though they don't really have any reason to censor it. But yeah, that's it, to be completely honest. It was a great episode overall. Still feel sad that Yamamoto is going to die, but it is what it is. A lot of people are saying episode of the year for this episode, anime episode of the year, and to be honest, I would agree. I haven't seen a lot of anime that have been released this year, but to compare to this level, it's gonna be hard. And so far, the only thing that could give it a challenge is Chainsaw Man, and we haven't got anything on this level from Chainsaw Man yet. The big emphasis on yet. So yeah, this part I'm kind of going off the cuff. I haven't written anything out, so I may mess up a little bit. Other than that, there's not much else to say. The episode fulfilled its purpose very well, with the extra scenes, with the added content and everything. Not much content was cut from this part of the manga, and that's good. Another thing I would like to say is I'm done. I know I talked about me being kind of salty about the cut content, which I still am, but the fact that Kubo is a massive part, playing a massive role in the production stuff, goes to show that if it was content that Kubo didn't feel like fit in or whatever, there's probably a big reason Kubo cut that content out. So it's Kubo's decision. I'm excited to see where this goes. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you all in a new world.